Okay, first, please, Juan Carlos start.
Are they in a big room or in a small room? One is small and the other is in a bigger area.
Daniel?
Más fuerte, por favor.
We're having some problems with the microphone. Now, okay. This is a good microphone.
This is the microphone. Necesitan hacer una pregunta.
This is fine. Okay. I will read the question. So, can you read the question? What sentiment and feelings did you have when seeing space for the first time?
Okay. Can you speak more clearly and more loudly? Por favor, de hablar con voz más fuerte y con más claridad, por favor.
Yes. What sentiment and feelings did you have when seeing space for the first time? Over.
You have some other problems.
No podemos escuchar bien la voz. No suena bien. Tiene que hablar con más fuerza y con más claridad.
Okay. What sentiments and feelings did you have when seeing space for the first time? Over.
Okay.
Okay.
No suena bien. Podemos entender más o menos.
Okay. We're going to have to speak louder. What sentiments and feelings did you have when seeing space for the first time?
Claudio, can you hear that at all?
Yes, it's very, very. The modulation is not so good, but.
Broken up. Costa Rica, ¿pueden, por favor, hacer algo para hacer el sonido mejor? Y no usar la palabra sentiments. Y quita esta palabra y solamente, what feelings did you have? Es más fácil entender.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Apenas estamos escuchando la voz, su voz.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. A general alliance will have to deal with multiple gravity transitions. Are there any projects or experiments that were performed with this matter by space agencies? Over.
Claudio, can you hear any of that?
Yes, the modulation is too much bass, I think.
¿No tiene otro micrófono Costa Rica para tener un sonido más claro?
Podemos ver dos.
Puede hacer la pregunta de San Carlos, por favor, para ver si tienen mejor sonido de San Carlos. Hacer una pregunta, por favor.
Okay. How do you think? Okay.
How will the space station influence
San Carlos, ¿me pueden escuchar?
for reaching the moon in 2024?
San Carlos está hablando. No está escuchando.
Ok, hay una voz femenina. Es de San Carlos, ¿verdad?
Yes, it is.
Ok, San Carlos. Excelente, escuchamos usted mejor.
Yeah, she's gonna have to be louder though.
Pero más fuerte, más volumen, por favor.
How will the space station influence the future plans for reaching the moon in 2024?
Ok, San Carlos, súper bien, escuchamos usted fantástico. Felicidades. Capago, por favor, de hacer algo para mejorar el sonido.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, much better, yes.
Yes, much better.
Okay, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna make a question. What advice would you give to young students interested in being an astronaut or being involved in a human spaceflight? Over.
Okay, now
Claudio,
he's
how did that
okay.
sound?
He's okay now.
So are we good on both campuses? Claudio, are you there?
Yes, Brian.
Cartago and San Carlos, are you there?
Yes, we are.
This is Casale.
Claudio, are we good to go then? Claudio, are we good to start in 2 minutes?
Yes, Brian.
We are.
Okay, Italy and to Costa Rica, we will start the script in 1 minute.
Okay, Brian, confirm 1 minute.
Stand by.
Test. Cartago here, this is a local test.
Italy, are we good to start?
Okay, go to start.
Costa Rica, are we good to start?
Claudio, we're good to start.
All right, let's begin. Delana, would you please start the recording?
Yes. Welcome and thank you for standing by. Excuse me, this is the operator. Today's conference is being recorded. If you have any objections, you may disconnect at this time. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. This is Brian. Under the call sign Oscar Romeo 4, India Sierra Sierra. David will be speaking to students from the Cartago and San Carlos campuses of the Costa Rican Institute of Technology. The ARISS mentor for this contact is Steve McFarland, Victor Echo 3, Tango Bravo Delta. Thanks to you, Steve, for all of your work to make this contact happen. We've asked Bruce Callow, a liaison with the Institute, who is here in Airdrie, Alberta, Canada, with me today, to briefly tell us about the Costa Rican Institute of Technology and the students taking part today. Go ahead, Bruce.
This contact with David St-Jacques is taking place with students from the Costa Rica Institute of Technology, also known as TEC, in both its Cartago and San Carlos campuses. The students belong to a group called Tech Space. TEC is the home of Costa Rica's Space Systems Laboratory, known as CTEC, which was created in 2017 and is the first of its kind in Central America. Last year, CTEC launched Central America's first CubeSat into orbit in cooperation with the Central American Space and Aerospace Association. CTEC is currently heading the formation of the Costa Rica Space Agency and is developing several more satellite projects with international partners.
Thanks, Bruce. Claudio, before the contact begins in about 1 minute, tell us a little about your station and how you'd like to handle the conversation today.
Okay, thank you, Brian, for your presentation. Briefly, our Telebridge station is located in northwest of Italy, in Casale Monferrato Airport, the local airport, 100 kilometers from Turin. And conversation between us and the astronaut. Now we see the International Space Station approaching to Italy, approaching Sardinia. So we have 1 minute and 5 seconds from now. So microphone back to you, Brian.
Thanks, Claudio. Good luck today. To everybody in the audiences in Costa Rica, remember that what we're doing on the International Space Station is an experiment. So we can never tell the results, either positive or negative, until the experiment is over. And just like Claudio said, students, please don't forget to say over at the end of your question. In about 30 seconds, the station should be coming up over Italy. So Claudio, we'll send it over to you. It's all yours. Good luck today.
Okay, Brian. We have 25 seconds to the contact. Okay, Oscar Romeo 4, India Sierra Sierra. This is India Kilo 1 Sierra Lima Delta Telebridge ground station calling for a scheduled ARISS contact. Do you copy, David? Over. Oscar Romeo 4, India Sierra Sierra. This is India Kilo 1 Sierra Lima Delta Telebridge ground station calling for a scheduled ARISS contact. Do you copy, David? Over.
I have you loud and clear. This is Oscar Romeo 4, India Sierra Sierra, India Kilo 1 Sierra Lima Delta, copy 5, over 5.
Okay, Oscar Romeo 4, India Sierra Sierra, IK1SLD. Good afternoon, David. Your signal is loud and clear now. Today from Italy we introduced the Costa Rican Institute of Technology. So, are you ready for first question, David? Over.
I am ready. Welcome everybody on board Space Station.
Okay, go ahead, Costa Rica, with first question.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth. What do you feel? What symptoms and feelings do you have when seeing the space for the first time?
You know, initially I was a little bit confused because it's a very new and different environment. But my first feeling was one of awe. I was just very emotional when we stopped the engine of the rocket. It was in the night, and the first time that I saw the curve of the Earth, it was I could see sunrise over the curve of the Earth, and it was so beautiful to see the thin blue line of the atmosphere. It was amazing. I was like, you know, entering a cathedral maybe, or almost a religious feeling. Over.
Hi, my name is Fabio. A journey to Mars will have to deal with multiple gravity transitions. Are there any projects of experiments that will prepare for this Mars by space agencies?
It's a big problem. You know, it took me several weeks to get used to zero-G, and I know when I come back to Earth, it will take me several weeks to get back used to gravity. But I will have a lot of people taking care of me and helping me. However, the astronauts who will go to Mars, they will have to work the day they land on Mars. And so we have to find a way to make the transition to different gravities, you know, easier on the body and the mind of the astronauts. So we experiment with this. Exercise is a big way to counteract the bad effects of the changes of gravity. But you highlight a very important problem.
Hi, my name is Fernanda. How do you think the astronaut business will change with the advent of self-funded private human spaceflight? Over.
I think it's great that there's so much interest from the private sector. It's a good sign that the technology is getting mature. I think there will always be professional astronauts for the very, you know, the most ambitious missions, but like going to Mars, for example. But self-funded human spaceflights, I think it's a normal evolution, a bit like for a flight. Initially, there were only a few people who could afford to fly airplanes, and it was very risky government business to try, and now it's almost entirely private. Over.
Hi, my name is Ignacio, and my question is, given your background as a physician, what areas of medicine do you think will be key to innovate and research to successfully undertake long-term deep space missions? Over.
So there's many important medical problems to solve before we can make these extremely deep space missions like going to Mars. There's the effect of radiation, so cancer prevention, we have to make big advances. Then there's, of course, the areas of neurology, and we're not sure what the big effects are on the brain yet. We see some effect on the eyes, but there's a lot of research to be done there. And of course, reacclimatization is an important one. How do you go from different levels of gravity in a very efficient way? And maybe, even more important perhaps is the psychological aspect. So this is a human adventure, and the human aspect is maybe the most important for the success.
Hi, my name is Valeria. What advice would you give to young students interested in being an astronaut or being involved in human spaceflight? Over.
So my first advice is listen to your heart, listen to your dream. A dream is a beautiful thing to have. A dream is the most powerful force in your life. So if your dream is to be involved in the space program, you can do it. And my suggestion, well, you got to stay in university. You got to go to university. You got to study something that you love. The reason why you have to study something you love, the only way to be really good is to do something you love. So find something you love and be the best at it. Second, take good care of your body. It's very important in life, especially for astronauts. Take care of what you eat and exercise a lot, and consider your body your most cherished treasure in your life. And third, practice having the astronaut's mentality. That is to be trustworthy person, someone who can be given missions and will accomplish. Someone who, when they say they will do it, they do it. That's very important, I think, to become a responsible adult, someone who can be trusted with responsibilities. Over.
Hi, my name is Axel. How will the space station influence the future plans for reaching the moon in 2024?
Everything we do on space station, in a way, is related to that next step. Here we're learning to live in space, far away from Earth. But it's a bit like we're camping in our backyard of our home. And next we're going to go really deep into the forest. It's the same equipment, similar, but everything has to be more reliable. Everything has to be more ready. So this is like a practice. The life support, the communication, the experimental aspect, the medical aspect, all of that technologies we're developing in space station, and we will use them on the moon. Over.
I study business administration. I would like to know what challenging experiences did you have to face in order to become an astronaut? Over.
The big challenges really was managing my amazing professional life with my amazing personal life. I am married. I have 3 beautiful children that I love, and it's a big challenge to be a good astronaut and a good husband and a good father and a good friend and a good son, and to have all these roles in life. And I think it's a challenge everybody has. It's the challenge of finding the right balance. And only when your mind and your body and your soul are in balance, then that's when you are at your best performance. So for me, that's a big challenge, is to maintain every aspect of my life in balance constantly. Over.
Given your extremely great time management skills for being able to accomplish your 3 majors and such other studies, what advice would you give other people about time management skills? Over.
Good question. I think the most important aspect of time management is setting priorities. Make sure you take care of the things that are most important first. and then maybe you can sacrifice the other ones if there's no more time. But the most important is to think what is really important for me, what is important for my life. I will deal with that first. Maybe sometimes the important things are scary, or they're impressive, or you don't feel like doing them, but that's where you need the willpower. Set the priorities and tackle the most important things first. Over.
Of the experiments that you are working on right now in the ISS, what is your favorite and what's it about?
I like a lot of experiments that have to do with medicine because I'm a doctor myself. When I worked as a doctor, I worked in a very remote place in the north of Canada with the Inuit people, and we didn't have a lot of, we didn't have a big hospital. We have only very limited means. And being in space is a very similar problem. We're very far away from hospitals, very far away from help. We have to be resourceful. We have to be inventive. We have to be careful. And so I like all these experiments we do and these new technologies to help astronauts take care of themselves while they're far away, because all these experiments, they can help people on Earth who live in remote areas. We call that telemedicine and autonomous medical care. I think these are very interesting and they're useful for everybody on Earth. Over.
We have a few seconds. Go ahead with greetings. David, we have a few seconds to the loss.
Yeah. Okay, here's Cartago. David, thank you very much. We have two groups of students in San Carlos and Cartago. We have a team of students doing space in their free time, and this is a social privilege. Thank you very much.
Okay, we have a loss of signal now.
Claudio, you said we'd lost signal?
Yes.